Hey there, welcome to Speech Help for Kids. I'm Heather, and today we're going to be talking about the R sound in the initial position of words. So that R is one of the hardest sounds made in our English speech. So your child usually will not start working on this sound until they're at least 6 years old. So if they're not saying it correctly and they're under the age of 6, then I definitely wouldn't start worrying about it. But if they're older than 6, these are some tips and tricks that you can use at home to work on that R sound. So we're going to talk about the lip position and the tongue and the tension that we have when we're making that sound. So stay tuned to see the tricks and tips that I have to work on that R sound. But if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on future videos. And if you have a comment or a suggestion, leave it down below and I'll try to make a video for you. So stay tuned to see how I work on the R sound with my patients. All right, let's get started. So I'm wearing my red sweater today since we're working on that R sound. So the first thing that you want to do when you're making that R sound is you want your child to make sure that they have tongue control. So there's an earlier video where I showed how to work on the L sound and getting the tongue tip up behind your top teeth. So I showed it using a Cheerio and placing that on the tip of my tongue and holding it there. So you want your child to be able to have that strength, to be able to hold something there for about 30 to 45 seconds. So if they don't have good tongue strength, then work on that first before you start working on the R sound. So what you want to do first is you want to pull the lips back so that when you're making that R sound, it's almost like a smile and saying that E sound too. That's going to force your tongue to be back and flat against your molars. So one tip that I have when I like to do this with my patients is I use a spoon and I pull this back where my molars are and I show them that the tongue needs to be flat and then it kind of curves up a little bit. We want that tip to be up. So then I first start off with the E sound. So pulling the tongue back and flat and the tip just a little bit up. So E. Your mouth is also a little bit open if you notice. So another suggestion that I have is to say the sound ah, E. That will get the tongue in place of where we want it to be when making that R sound. So like I say, if you have a spoon, getting that in the position E to pull that tongue back, and you can show your child how that sound is made there. Another suggestion I have is that I love to use a mirror. So if you're at home working on this, maybe a couple of times a day when your child's brushing their teeth in the morning and in the evening time when they're in front of a mirror, so they can see exactly what they're doing and they can watch you and watch themselves practice that R sound. So pulling that tongue up and back and being able to see it helps give them a visual cue as well. So when I'm practicing this with my patients, I like to use words that end with a K or a G sound, since those sounds are also made at the back of our mouth. So I like to start with words like rock, wreck, rig, rag. So practice saying those words and see if they're able to get that tongue tip up and back and keep their tongue back. So like I said, if you haven't looked at my L video, check that out to work on tongue elevation if your child is struggling with that oral motor control first, before you start working on this R sound. So thanks for watching. And if you have a comment or a suggestion, don't forget to leave it in the comment section and I'll try to make a video for you. Thanks for watching.